Hey, it's Tom from Pack Hacker, and in this video we are taking a detailed look at the ALPAKA Elements tech case, which I've been testing for 2 weeks. So let's dive in and check it out. Okay, so let's start with the materials on the outside of the tech case. The fabric is a VX21 black X-Pack, and that's highly weather resistant. It's a little bit crinkly, but it's got some good weather resistance, feels nice in the hand, a little bit swishy and crinkly. And then we have these weatherproof zippers. Now they're not YKK. I'm not entirely sure what brand they are. However, they do offer some weather resistance. They feel just okay. They might be SBS, they might be Zoom, I'm not really sure. ALPAKA kind of skirts around it by saying they have ALPAKA branded zippers or zipper pulls in their Kickstarter video. So not really sure if they're willing to share that info with us. But I get a little nervous when there's non-YKK, but I think so far so good and they feel decently. One of the zippers offers a lockable feature here as well if you want to keep everything locked up inside. And then looks like we just have some like nylon here on the back, just that's gonna wear against your body if you're wearing it as a sling. And then we have this orange, blood orange, like hex fabric, hex ripstop fabric on the inside, which helps a lot with visibility, and it just feels super good in the hand. So that covers the materials. I wanna talk a little bit about the 3 carry modes. So one of the carry modes is a crossbody strap like this. And then there's also an option for a fidlock strap as well. The fidlock to me seems a little overkill because I'm the type of person that will just kind of take the sling on and off just by putting it over my body. But for those of you that like buckling and unbuckling, this is gonna be the way to go for you. So it's really easy. I mean, I guess gatekeeper buckles are never super easy like these things, but you can quite easily just like swap these out. And then there's also this wrist strap as well. And this thing, I don't know, I feel like I just would palm this versus using this wrist strap, but you can carry it with this as well. Okay, so yeah, the strap itself, there's the elastic strap keeper, which is nice. And then there's an adjuster. And I like the way this sling sits on your body. It sits really nicely. ALPAKA's usually done a good job about anchoring these at an angle and just really worrying about and caring about how it fits in your body. So that's all good. Let's dive into this sling now. I mean, the first thing I just want to talk about is just the shape. So it's structured even when empty. You can very easily stand up on a table next to you, which is great for like remote work or if you have your tech gear in here and you're sorting it out. But yeah, let's take a look at the front pocket first here. So I'll unzip that. I've just got like a field notes notebook in here. You can see the dimensions of that pocket. It goes like down, all the way down here to the corner. And there's this stitching here, which allows it to have kind of its own volume, right? So without this extra bit of fabric that's stitched on a corner like this, it'd be very flat and it would be very hard to utilize this pocket. But you can see there's an ample amount of space in here if you want to put something in thicker than say a notebook. So I'll just set this off to the side for now and open this up. Now to the main event. I mean, I guess I didn't really talk yet too about the Hypalon too. There's just like a Hypalon tag here. It's a little bit grippy. It says ALPAKA. There we go. I kind of like on the zip pouch, they have these Hypalon loops you can grab onto to unzip, but these are just ordinary zipper pulls. And one thing I noticed is that this thing is very jingly. Just gonna hold it to the mic there so you can hear. When I was carrying this in sling mode, it just kind of jingled behind me, which was annoying. I think if I was, if this was gonna be my main thing here, I'd probably like cut these off, these little things off with like a wire cutter right here, and then add some paracord so it didn't jingle. So there's a possibility to fix that if you want to, if it does bother you. Not a deal breaker, as long as you're willing to do a little bit of work. All right, and then we have this accordion opening, which is really cool. So you have this fabric here on the sides, and I know some of you that are really into gear are gonna say, well, it looks a lot like the Peak Design tech case, and I would agree that it does, but I think they're different. I would say this ALPAKA is like very inspired by the Peak Design tech pouch, but it's not exactly it. And then one of the things that the Peak Design does that I really like is they have these origami dividers here. So as you can see here in the Elements Tech pouch, you know, I've got like a thicker charger here, and it sort of makes this whole section thick. There's a little bit of give in these divider pockets, but on the Peak design with this origami style, I can kind of stick it here on this side, and it just makes this area wider. Not this area, not that area. Whereas in the Alpaca, since everything's straight across, it sort of interrupts that whole pocket. Even though there is still flex, it's just not quite as designed well for like different shaped gear. So if you have a lot of gear like this, like thin power banks and things you want to like stick in, you know, this is like actually a tablet pocket. ALPAKA Tech case is great for that. If you have misshapen gear, the Peak Design Tech pouch or case, I can't remember what they call it, but it's great for that. So I just wanted to bring that up. Heavy inspiration here, but I do think this pouch stands on its own with the materials and some of the design as well. So let's take a little quick tour. So like I said back here, Alpaca, keep moving forward. There you go, is their little tag there. And there's room behind here for like a small tablet. I believe an iPad mini will fit in here, which is great. And then we've got just an Anker 10,000 milliamp power bank there as well. Zippered pocket that opens up. And I've just got some little dongles in there, so I like to keep things separate. And I really do love that there's a zippered pocket here. You don't see that in every kind of tech pouch. There are two interior zippered pockets. So if you have little stuff like this that usually gets all over the place and you don't know where it is, really great to have this feature. And then I'm just gonna start kind of pulling this stuff out too so you can get an idea. I mean, there's flex here too. So again, you can get a little bit of that flex, but the bottom here too, you could like, you know, stuff can come over. There's a lot of flex in these little dividers too, which is nice. Now, if I unzip this, you're gonna notice that I have a piece of misshapen gear here. I've got this little RAV Power car adapter, which I love. It's really small, but if I have that up here, kind of a round piece of gear in the front, it can obstruct that zipper slightly. So you can see that here it's a little bit tougher to zip all the way up. So just note that if you're using, again, that round gear, it's better for flat gear, but I'll set that to the side for now. And then in here, it's cool too. There are these 3 divider pockets. You've got the InCharge X down here in the middle, so I can pull that out. And then I've just got an Apple AirTag in there as well. So pretty versatile little slot here. And then of course, just the zippered open area. This zippered pocket has these 3 dividers, whereas this one does not. And then I've got my Anker Nano 65 watt in here. This is how I charge my laptop and just other cords too. But you can see how big that this pocket is sticking open. And I wanted to just get everything out of here for you to show you just how much flex that you have. So although it's not that origami design, you can make these bigger or smaller, and these gussets here are very flexible with that accordion design. So you do have some big versatility, and it's not stitched at the bottom. And that really gives you like a full range of motion on the dividers. Now, one of the things that I want to talk about here is just the kind of divider pockets. So I've got my Passport right here, and as you can see, that's kind of in the way of the pen here. I probably wouldn't do this, but I just wanted to show you like the heights. And then I've got a credit card sized, just like fork and knife set down here. That's a little bit easier to get out. But you know, this pen thing is a good idea, this little elastic loop for a pen right here, but it can get in the way, and this is even a small pen. So, I mean, one of the things I've seen some other tech pouches do is they'll mount it up here. So, you know, you can kind of get it out of the way or like fold it over, and then you have like unobstructed access to these pockets. So that's like maybe one little minor gripe. But I do love stuff like this, you know, like this elastic. You know where everything is. You know how you can get to it. And, you know, with the zippers and things like that, I really really enjoyed testing this. And I think Alpaca, with each new release they're doing, I kind of get more excited because it keeps getting more polished. The design language is getting more refined, and there's some super exciting stuff they have going on. So there you have it, the Alpaca Elements Tech Case. Really enjoyed testing this one. Thank you for keeping it here at Pack Hacker, your guide to smarter travel, and we will see you in the next video.